We've all heard the story. It's on the news,
The black girl curse.
in books,
Is marriage for white people?
and even in the movies.
We are the 42.4%. What? 42.4% of black women have never been married.
Single, black, educated women. The world won't let us forget about our ringless finger. And we're left wondering when the big day will finally come. Barack and Michelle. They symbolize black love in a city where there seems to be none. Washington, D.C., only 17% of African Americans here are married. Nationwide, black women are twice as likely as white women to never marry by 45. It's a problem. A potential savior? The church.
The demographics of the church now, 80% of the people that join are single, and probably 70% of them are women.
Rodney Garrett is the director of the singles ministry at Alfred Street Baptist Church. He runs a support group for those living the single life.
I just basically tell people up front, come join the singles ministry. This isn't a matchmaking service. We're here just to put you in a room with like-minded Christians, and if something happens, something happens.
On Sunday mornings, Alfred Street lends its hand to tradition, but on Saturday nights, the church extends that same hand to singles in a more contemporary way.
Okay, I can come in. Hey, y'all.
The party is jumping. There's no cover charge, no alcohol. The only requirement, be single.
I call it navigate the system.
Monique Williams is a 29-year-old White House budget analyst and former Redskins cheerleader. When she's not busy with work, she gets through the system with events like this.
I like the church as a way to almost vet people that I'm interested in dating.
According to a poll by the Washington Post, black men and women are two of the most religious groups in the U.S., so finding someone through the church makes sense.
I mean, you spot that out instantly. They're energetic and they're talking, and you see the numbers exchanging.
Rodney has been a member of Alfred Street all his life. 4 years ago, he helped revitalize the singles ministry.
Back when it was first started, that ministry was predominantly 40 plus.
And now?
The dynamics of the church are really a lot of younger women. I say the majority of people are probably in their 30s that are joining.
It's not just happening in Washington, D.C. Singles ministries are growing throughout the country.
I'm starting to get a lot of emails from other people with singles ministries, and they're inviting us to their events. I think a lot of it is they're watching the other churches and how productive that it is within those churches and how successful it is.
Yet not all of Alfred Street's singles are buying into the hype.
I don't know. I don't want to be labeled as like that single black woman because I think that there's sometimes a stigma associated with that.
Brittany Brown is a 27-year-old USDA program analyst. She goes to Alfred Street, but she's not a part of the singles ministry.
But aren't you that? Aren't you the single
I am, but I'm not a single black angry woman, a single black crazy woman, a single black woman who is very actively seeking a relationship and almost overzealous about it.
It's Saturday night, and while the karaoke party is across town, Brittany joins her single, engaged, and married friends for their monthly dinner.
I went to like a few events, but singles ministry just wasn't really my thing.
I have, guy friends, and I have literally heard them say, oh yeah, I heard about y'all singles ministry. I might need to go check that out because y'all have a lot of nice looking women, which is okay, great, but I don't want to be preyed on.
1, 2, 3, baby, you and me, girl.
At the singles party, none of Brittany's reservations seemed to matter. It became less singles fun and more of just fun. In between playing cards, dancing to Michael Jackson, I had to join in on this one.
Hey.
And listening to singers and yellers karaoke it out. I rounded up 2 men who left all of the action to chat with me.
I give you the 5th degree. Why are you guys, y'all handsome guys, why are you single?
Because a young lady like you, we haven't met sometimes. Sometimes we've been looking for a beautiful young lady like you to sit next to us, talk to us, get to know the real Yeah, it's the real me.
Before you even try to talk to them, they've already written you off. When you're talking about going and approaching them in church, no matter where you approach them, they think it's the wrong place because they watch these movies, read these books that are fictional.
I give you a good answer to this too.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And they feel like their romance, their Prince Charming, is some, Twilight dude.
Even Rodney chimed in.
If you meet a woman at the church, then her antennas are going to go up faster than even if you met a woman at the club. You're almost too eligible.
So I had to ask the question.
Why are you single?
And that's the problem that women ask me that. And it's easy to just be like, hey, come over and cook. I'll cook for you. But that's almost a curse, because once you do that, as soon as the woman comes into my house, 15 minutes later, her shoes are off and she's asking for a blanket and she's getting, comfortable.
For them, the problem isn't the women, it's the pressure.
Have you seen her?
Have you seen her?
Tell me, have you seen her?
While some may find the church's dealings in love odd, Monique believes the church is just supporting its members.
I think the church definitely, if they want to stay relevant, they have to have a singles ministry. You always hear growing up, men say, if you want to find all the good women, go to church. All the beautiful women, go to church. So I don't think it's something different from what we've been doing for the last 50 years. I think now this is just kind of formalizes it a little more, provides a little more structure. The church is supposed to be there to meet where people are, and people are single.
The statistics don't faze Brittany.
Do you have a boyfriend? No. You don't either? No.
And being single in D.C. isn't as odd as the numbers suggest.
What is the toughest thing about dating in D.C.?
D.C. is a hub of young people who are trying to get to the top of wherever it is they want to go. And if you meet somebody, great. And if you don't meet somebody, then you'll meet them later.
In the meantime, she's bypassing the ministry and going straight to the source.
What's the most important thing to you when it comes to dating?
I pray for it every night, so I can tell you very specifically. I pray that he is a God-fearing man who knows the definition of loving his wife. I'm from the South, so I pray every day for a man who can fix things. And my father fixes things, and I love it. So I pray for a man who loves his family, and I pray for a man who can make me better.
For UC Berkeley School of Journalism, I'm Veranda Lyons.